Hi everybody, it's your friendly neighbourhood TikToker YouTuber here, and welcome to Cooking with FNT. And this is the cake without no egg. You can have egg, but it's actually a cake that's designed that doesn't really need it. Okay, so what you need is some shredded coconut and self-raising flour and water and sugar. You need half a cup of sugar. It takes a lot of sugar, this cake. It's quite sort of sweet. Okay, so what you need to do is, depending on the size of the cake, is depending on how much self-raising flour and how much coconut. You basically want the coconut and the flour to be mixed in to the flour. So you want the coconut and the flour mixed together, and then you add the water, and then you add the sugar, and then you add the water, and then you mix it up like you would a normal cake. It's got to be like very gluggy, very gluggy, very sticky and gluey, and then you put it in the oven on 200 degrees Celsius, right? And it doesn't need to be fan force. If it's fan force, then maybe a bit lower temperature, about 20 minutes to half an hour. Just keep an eye on it. Wait till it rises. Don't open the door until it rises. So you wait till it rises, and then if you got a basting brush, you baste it with some butter, and you can have it nice and golden, or you can just leave it as is. You don't need to baste it with butter. You can just leave it as is, and then you can just take it out when it's ready. You got to baste the cooking thing that the baking dish, or cake tin, with butter, or use a what's it called, the baking paper, and you leave it in there until it rises. As I said, you can baste it and make it go golden if you want, or you can just leave it, and then you can just coat it with some icing sugar. There's a good thing about this cake. You can also chuck a bit of apple in it. You can chuck some berries in it. You can really use your imagination. You can chuck some dye in the cake, so you can turn the cake into whatever color you want. You can use different toppings for the cake and all that. So this is why I love this cake. It's very versatile, and it comes in handy in an emergency, especially if you don't have eggs. What happens if you go into the fridge or whatever, cupboard, wherever you keep your eggs, and they're off, or you don't have enough eggs? This is a perfect cake for you. It doesn't take much effort. It just takes about 25 minutes. As I said, just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on it. You'll know when it's cooked, because it will rise, and then once it rises, don't open the door until it rises. So you wait till it rises, and then open the door, and then you baste it, and then you let it go nice and golden brown if you want it nice and golden brown, right? And crunchy, right? You can even put some sugar over top when you're cooking it. When you baste it with the butter, you can put some sugar over it, and then you get that nice sugary glaze from in the oven for that little bit longer. For that, a couple of minutes, a few minutes to let it go golden, whatever. A bit longer if you want that sugar to sort of glaze over. If you have a one of these, you can crystallize the butter. Right, that's basically how you make. I'm not going to actually show you step by step with this one, because this one's very simple and very easy. You just need a bowl, a spoon, and you mix the ingredients together. You stir it, and then you just turn it into a big gluey blob. Stick it in your your buttered baking tray, or your baking paper. Sit it in the oven on 200 degrees, and then you just let it sit there and cook for about 25 to 30 minutes until it rises. let it go golden, baste it and golden, or you can just pull it out basically once it's cooked and put all your different toppings and things over it. You can decorate it however you like. You can use a round caking dish, a square one, whatever you're liking. You add the mixture depending on how big the cake tin. You can just use the cake tin as your measurer. So you can stick the flour in, the coconut in, and then once it's like full on the top, like flat on the top, then that is your cake. So there you go. Some handy sort of cooking tips there for you. And hopefully you'll try this coconut cake. Now, I'm not a big fan of coconut. This is the only cake I'll eat with coconut. Like, I'll have lamingtons, but I'm not a big fan of coconut. Like, coconut for me, a liquid. I like liquids. This is the only time I'll eat coconut, is like this or off the real actual fruit itself. Yeah, I'm not a fussy eater, but this is one sort of food that I'm sort of a bit picky about. I can only have it in this one thing, cake or raw. That's it, or in liquid form. Yeah. Yeah. As I said, you can use other different items as well. You can use dried apples. You can use wet apples. You can use berries and things and put them in there into the coconut cake. So yeah, you can even add eggs if you've got eggs, and it will even be better. Yeah, this cake is basically use your imagination, and yeah, you can make something really special and really yummy. It is quite a yummy cake because it's got quite a fair bit of sugar in it. You know, half a cup of sugar, that's a lot of sugar. I'm going to use icing sugar because I don't have sugar. Or I'm going to use either honey or golden syrup. So you can even have it like golden syrup coconut cake. It's going to actually taste quite nice. I've done this actually before. So yeah. So there you go. There's the instructions for the no egg cake. And next up we've got what do we got? We got we're going to do some damper step by step. And also bread, step by step how to do bread. And I'll be doing mine on the hot coals. So we just put on hot coals and then cover it with hot coals. That's basically how I did the damper. I did the damper differently. Actually, I did the hot coals, put the damper on it, and then I put basically wood on it, and then I put that wood on fire, which turned into hot coals, which cooked the. There's a few different ways you can do it. It really doesn't really matter, as long as you get those. Have quite a fair bit of hot coals, a good pile of them in your your fire pit or whatever, and then you grab the some out, put the cake in, or damper in, covered it up with alcohol, of course, and buttered, all that sort of stuff, and then you just put the hot coals on top, let it sit, let it bake for for a while, basically like you would a cake, and then you take it out of the hot coals. That's basically. But I'll do it step by step. Will show you how to do it. I'll show you how to do a actual fire pit damper and fire pit bread as well. Yum yum yum. So hopefully you guys enjoy the cake. Yeah, anyway, that's the instructions.